But I want to ask you, what's missing? What's missing on my tux right now? My bow tie, right? Just one thing missing, and it's incomplete. And that's how you want to think about your digital presence. If one thing is missing, it's incomplete. You could be missing leads on Google, be missing opportunities on Facebook, missing opportunities on Instagram. Maybe you're not on YouTube yet. If one of those is missing, your digital marketing is incomplete. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. The importance of your online marketing, the importance of getting more reviews on Google, having like a really strong online reputation. Somebody looks you up and they go, yeah, I'm going to list with that person. Let me just ask a question. How many people in this room have more than 50 5-star reviews on Google? If you do, raise your hand. Look around the room. There's at least a couple of people in the room that are over 50 reviews. That means it's possible. So really, what are you waiting for? This is a real opportunity. And I've been in this business for over 21 years. So let me tell you the story how I got here. This is my mom. She's a retired realtor. Built her entire career in real estate. Started from nothing. And when I say that, I mean really nothing. She's actually from Romania. My family lived in Romania. My mom's from Romania, my dad's from Italy. And my mom and my grandmother were living in Bucharest, Romania, around the 60s, doing well. My grandfather had a factory, arms factory, very affluent. They even got to the point they were getting chauffeured around. And then all of it got taken away. My grandfather went in the prison system. They took away his factory. My mom, they started occupying the house where my mom and my grandmother lived. They took that away. My grandmother was a negotiator. So she negotiated, she gave up the house in exchange for her passports, for her and her daughter. And they escaped to the US, but first they stopped in Italy, where she met my dad. My dad chased her to the US, where they got married and had me and my brother. So my mom's a true entrepreneur. I always look at her like, in the face of so much, she made it happen for her whole family through real estate. She actually got to the airport in New York at JFK Airport, her and her mom with nothing, and a Romanian man showed up and said, here's $1 and here's a phone number. You can get a job at the Staples factory in Queens, New York. And best of luck. They went, they worked in the factory, saved up enough money, put a down payment on a property in Queens, rented that out for rental income, got into rentals in Queens, New York, and then got into residential real estate, got enough money to put a down payment on this house locally, and me and my brother were born and raised in that house. We got to live a beautiful life in Long Island, New York. My mom sold that house, and now she's retired and moved to sunny Florida. So really from zero to retired through real estate. I mean, that's what you're all up to, right? And how many people are first generation American? A lot, right? Awesome. So I saw my mom struggling with the internet in 1999. I came home from college. My mom's doing real estate. She had the manila folders everywhere. She had the magazines everywhere. And she's doing the real estate thing, paying the bills. And she's like, Alex, I don't know what to do now. I gotta put it in the computer, this thing, the MLS, I don't know what this is. I don't know computers. I hate continuing education classes. Can you help me out? And I was like, really? I wanna go hang out with my friends. I wanna go to New York City. I just got home from college. But I got where she was coming from, so I helped her out that summer. I got my real estate license, and I started doing online marketing for her. She closed a really huge commercial deal. It was an $80,000 commission check. And I got to see like, wow, with technology, huge things can happen with real estate. So I started helping her, I started helping her friends, and next thing I know, I'm helping her broker build websites, and we built a website and marketing company right out of the garage. Since then, so much has changed in the industry. Right? I mean, how many people have been around for like 20, 30 years in real estate? You've seen the changes. How do you market online? What are you doing nowadays? So how is your digital presence? That's what I'm going to talk about today. How's your digital presence? what are the most important sites that you all need to be on, and then I'll even give you an opportunity to find out how you're doing. And how many people want to know how you're doing online? Awesome. So, back when COVID happened, I had to COVID-proof my business. I couldn't go to any real estate offices, right? Everything was shut down. So what I did to COVID-proof my business is I started doing webinars, I started doing trainings, and that's really what tripled our business. And why I bring that up is because this is all available for free for all of you. We put this up for the industry. RealGreaterUniversity.com, you can go there, get free education. We got mentioned in The Real Deal, we got mentioned in Inman, Realtor.com wrote about us, Box Brownie, we've done stuff with Box Brownie too. And why we've got so much recognition is because we do a training called Have You Googled Yourself Lately? And that's what I bring up to all of you. Have you Googled yourself lately? Have you gone to see what's online? On Google, on YouTube? Do you have Google reviews? Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Zillow, Homes.com, Realtor.com. These are all the places. And I did a little Googling myself before I got here. And Exit shows up on Google Business, but there's a huge opportunity here. A lot of you don't know this, but Google Local just got launched. How many people are on Google Local? Who's like getting business from Google Local? Let me hear a scream in the room. Anybody? I see a hand raised. They know what's up. This is what's happening. Google is building a whole directory of the best agents. And you're either on the directory or you're not. This is your opportunity to really show up this year. Get a ton of Google reviews, right? Break 50, break 100. You can get them from anybody. This whole room could be getting reviews for each other. We've graded over 21,000 agents in the business. The average grade out of 100 is a 30. The most common mistakes, inconsistent social media, lack of branding, broken links, outdated information, inappropriate or negative content. What I mean by that, negative reviews, missing profiles. 60% of realtors are not on YouTube. Duplicate profiles, to Facebook, to LinkedIn. Data's not synchronized, right? I go on Zillow and your sales data's not there. Or I go on Realtor.com and it's not synced up. But this is your online reputation. Like, do you get that you're doing a great job in the community, but you also need to show up online? Because I'll give you a perfect example. My mom, after she sold that house, she bought some investment properties in Miami. She contacts me 3 years ago. She's like, Alex, it's time to sell. Let's unload one of these properties. Who should I list with? I gave her the name of a realtor I knew in Miami. Then she goes to my brother, and he's in Virginia. So she's like, who should I list with? I'm like, you really gonna ask my brother? He's in Virginia. I'm in Miami, and I know every realtor in the world. Okay. So she asked for both. My dad does a research thesis on these two realtors. Like, Googles them, checks out their reviews, and that's how they made their choice. Isn't that how you make your choice? Don't you Google products? Don't you Google hotels? Don't you Google restaurants? Isn't it important what you see? Who you work with? You read a really good review, you're like, yeah, I want to work with that person. Or no reviews, you're like, yeah, I don't know. It's really confirming the choice for the realtor. So how can you manage all this? Everybody's going to tell you, you got to get on Google, you got to get on Instagram, you got to get on LinkedIn, you got to get on Facebook. Who's got time for that? Right? It's a time suck. I'll be the one to tell you, like, whoever's telling you you can do all this, I can't do it. I have a whole team of people doing it. This is not something you can just do all day in, all day out, because then when are you going to be with your clients? But you do have to get it managed. You do have to look good online. You can't have these holes. You can't have the bow tie missing, right? I can't have my pants missing. That'd be silly, right? But I go online, and sometimes I see stuff missing for realtors. So the consequences, you miss opportunities, no credibility, business deals get lost. So it's Halloween. Is your online presence spooky? Is stuff missing? Go check it out. This is really what I want to do, like a wake-up call today on, like, really go Google yourself. Put yourself in your customer's shoes so that you can show up looking sharp. You can show up like in your best tuxedo, in your best online presence. How many people in this room I would say there's like over 700, something like that. Would we all go out wearing different jerseys? Like we're on the same team, we're on the exit team. Are we all gonna go out wearing different jerseys, or are we all gonna go out wearing the exit jersey, exit branding, everywhere you look it's exit, exit, exit. You all show up online on Facebook, exit post. I go on Instagram, I see exit posts. What if it just dominated because all of you had your brand so solid, your uniform was just tight, everything looked solid, and then you're all posting like once a day, something that's got the branding. Exit would be rocking online, right? I mean, who's gonna take that on? Like, let's really take on having a uniform, having a team go out. We would never send our players on the field wearing different uniforms. Just the same, you all have to have unified branding. Does that make sense? Awesome. So 48% of realtors said keeping up with technology is a challenge, no time, complex, frustrated. You're trying to manage all this, and now we have TikTok too. Who's on TikTok doing TikTok dances? That stuff actually works, right? Like we make fun of it, but I've seen realtors close deals on TikTok. So that could be a place to grow too. You might want to pick your strength. I'm not saying to go all in on everything. I'm saying maybe pick a track. I'm gonna go big on Instagram this year. Make sure you look solid everywhere, but then pick one and say, that's the one I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grow my connections on LinkedIn this year. I'm gonna grow my connections on Facebook this year. I'm gonna get to 10,000 followers on Instagram. Set some goal for yourself and just go for it. But don't get overwhelmed, because that analysis paralysis thing is for real, especially when it comes to social media. So a lot of realtors need help with this. Here's the point. I mean, why'd I come out in tux? You're never gonna get a chance. You'll never get a second chance to make a first impression. We heard that being talked about today. We also talked about leadership and influence. What kind of influence can you have online? So I Googled it. How do you make first impressions online? And Forbes magazine says, professional headshots, social media profiles, professional accounts, video content. This is huge. Online reviews, that's huge. Published content. So at RealGrader, what we're doing is we're measuring, managing, and maximizing your digital presence. And the opportunity for you all is to just see where you stand, right? To see how you show up online. We built this website, getyourfreegrade.com, and we just analyze your online presence. It's free. We give you recommendations on what to improve, we see what shows up, and you get to see, hey, maybe I'm a 30, or maybe I'm a 100, maybe I'm a 90. This is what I need to work on. Now you hear me talk a lot about Google. I think Google is making huge moves in the real estate industry. Now is really a time to be playing on Google. Why is it so important? Well, think about it. Where do you think Zillow, Realtor.com, and all these players are putting their money? You ever open up their financial statements? I have. A lot of money going in Google. So what if you were just doing the same thing? Customers are Googling you, they're doing research on you. Google made $181 billion with a B. They invested $7 billion in real estate. They bought YouTube for $1.65 billion. YouTube now makes $15 billion. Insane, right? But yet 60% of realtors are not on YouTube yet. Who wants to take on YouTube and do a little video this year? Anybody? Come on. I mean, I get this fear that's out there. There's this fear like, I don't want to put my face out there. I don't want to be on video. But the thing I don't get is, we're in real estate. We put our faces on business cards. We're like the only industry that does that. We walk up to doors. We put our faces in magazines. You got to step up to the plate and be on video too. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's just something where you want to be now. So, let me give you a little history on Google and why this is so important. It was born in 1998. I got in the business in 1999. First thing was SEO. All the realtors are like, I gotta be SEO, I gotta get my website on top, that's how I'm gonna get my leads. Alex, get me up there, what can you do? Okay, so we worked on the SEO game. Then AdWords came, right? And AdWords was like, oh, pay-per-click. I can be above everybody else now. And I'll just pay for the click. So everybody started doing that. But then what happened? Everybody got priced out. Because Zillow came in, Realtor came in, everybody's like, no, I can't do $2 a click, $4 a click, $10 a click. I remember it was 25 cents a click. You can't even touch that now. So, pay-per-click, then Google Business was born. Google's like, I got it, we're gonna put everybody on a map. And I'll just search for a local realtor near me. And now you all get on the map in 2014. The thing is, now it's 2021, but 70% of realtors are still not on Google yet. How many people in this room, don't be shy, don't have a Google business page yet? And by the way, that's an opportunity, right? I'm pointing it out as an opportunity for you to actually grow on Google. The amount of phone calls and leads you get on a Google business page, it's insane. You can actually track it too. So people got on the map, then they got reviews, then you can add properties on Google. Did you know you can add your sold properties on Google? Did you know you can add open houses on Google? Did you know that you could share your listings to Facebook from Google? So Google's building this whole thing. But here's the crazy part. Now you can advertise on Google. And now this, I guarantee only 10% of realtors are even doing this or less. What about making your Google business page stand up on top of the map? That's really hidden on Google stuff. It's called Google Business Ads. What's that? Sorry. Then came Google Local Service Ads. That's even better, right? Because now you're not even paying per click, you're paying per phone call. Google's figuring stuff out. I'm telling you, if you're not in this Google thing, they're recording every phone call. They're tracking which leads get converted. Was any industry leader doing that in real estate, in marketing? I hadn't heard of it. So it's crazy when you look at this stuff. So I've seen realtors get on Google Local, and they show up, and within 3 months, they're getting phone calls, closing deals. Crazy. So it's pay per lead, and I Googled best realtor in Orlando. Who wants to be the best realtor in Orlando? If you're in Orlando, who wants to be the best realtor in your hometown? That's what Google's actually letting you do. They're saying, I want to be best realtor in Miami Beach. Great, get on Google Local. I'll Google best realtor in Miami Beach, and you'll be there. That's Google Local. It kind of looks like Zillow a little bit, like there's 3 ads on top. If you Google and you see that, that's what I'm talking about. So, I'm giving you the anatomy and the history of Google here. Everybody appreciate this? Has anybody ever really gotten a Google history class? This, I think it's pretty cool. I've been watching this evolve. So Google Local's on top, then right under that is your Google Ads, like AdWords, then Google Maps, then Google My Business, then SEO. So you notice how it's just been layering on top? That's what's happening. Then Google links to everything. I Google your name, I see your Google business page. I Google your name, I see your Facebook business page. That's how it works. So the question is, do you have a Google business page? Are you focused on getting reviews on Google? Are you on all the platforms? Do you look polished? Are you wearing that Exit brand solid? And are you Google strong yet? That's really what you want to get. So usually what I do is I get somebody in the room in the hot seat and I Google you live. I'm not able to do that today, but getyourfreegrade.com is the best thing I could come up with that does the same kind of thing. So think about it, I'm reinforcing here, but I want a list or buy with you, right? Like, what's your name, sir? Russell. So Russell, I want a list or buy with you. Everybody in the room, what am I gonna do? Where do I search? I go to Google, right? And I check out Russell, and I see what he's got. Does he have reviews? Does he have this? Does he have that? And then I'm like, oh yeah, confirms that I made the right choice. Or a question mark, because he's missing something. That's your customers, that's what they're doing. It's too easy. It's right in the palm of their hand. It's right on their phone. So, solid foundation to grow. Here's Jeff Archer at Exit Realty in New York. He's got a solid Google business page. What I'll tell you about Google is get more reviews. Don't put your listings on there. I'm not even gonna tell you to waste your time with that. Put your sold properties on there, so you don't have to manage it later. Just look like somebody that sells a lot of real estate on Google. Right? Because if you put your active listings, they'll have to take them off, etc. Facebook. What should you do with Facebook? Go live. Go live, go live, go live. You hear everybody talk about it. You can do posts, you can do stories, you can do boosted posts, you can do targeted ads, but I wouldn't even waste money spending money advertising until you're set up with a solid brand. Everybody's telling you Facebook business pages. I'm going to tell you the opposite. Facebook personal. Go build 5,000 connections. Get yourself out there. Make those connections on Facebook. That's where it's living right now, because the Facebook business posts are getting hidden by Facebook. The algorithms are changing. They're serving up ads. Your personal stuff will get shown a lot more. And you know what the number one thing missing on social media is for a realtor? Anybody have a guess? It's you. You're missing. Like, you're not showing up. Your listings are showing up all the time, but you're not showing up. And people want to connect with you. They don't want to connect with your listings. How do I connect with a listing? Oh, nice to meet you, listing. No, I want to meet with you. I want to get to know who you are. I'm going to list with you because you're awesome. Show people how awesome you are. Share your stuff. You don't have to get all out there, but at least get out there. Make sense? All right, Instagram. You got to be on Instagram. It's just you have to. And the more influence you have on Instagram, the more you're going to do good in your business. I already see realtors losing deals because they don't have enough Instagram followers. It's a shame, right? So build your sphere on Instagram. Same thing, go live on Instagram. Here's the tip for you all. If you're posting on Instagram, that's cute. Start doing reels. They'll get you 10 times the exposure right now. It's like when Instagram TV first came out, everybody did it, you got like 4 to 10 times the amount of exposure. Instagram Reels right now, I'll take the same realtor, I'll do a post, same content, do a reel, same content. 20 views, 2,000 views. Insane. IGTV, same deal. Discover people, connect with your sphere, go in your phone, connect with all the people in your phone, connect with people as you meet them, right? Build out your connections. Look for local places. Go check out the suggestions Instagram's making. They're actually making suggestions for you on who you should connect with. It's all available. LinkedIn. You gotta be on LinkedIn too. Not saying you gotta play on all these, but you gotta be there. Have a professional presence on LinkedIn. Have branding. See the branding that's on here? That's what, at least that. Expand your connections on LinkedIn. LinkedIn has a huge tool that Facebook and Instagram doesn't have. It's called Sales Navigator. If you leverage that, forget about it. You'll make connections upon connections upon connections. I mean, I can go on Sales Navigator right now and see the entire organizational structure for Exit. And I can connect from CEO all the way down. Imagine what kind of tool that is if you want to connect with people. If you're in commercial real estate, forget about it. YouTube, start doing videos on YouTube. Have your branding on YouTube. When you're posting your videos on YouTube, there is a whole structure to it. Why most people don't get a lot of views on YouTube is because they don't do all the hashtags, the title tags, right? The trending topics. There's so much to it. I can go in hours on that. Homes.com, you gotta be there. It's actually growing significantly right now. You can put at least 5 service areas in there and make sure you go in the dashboard and check off to be on the agent directory. Otherwise you won't show up. And by the way, you won't get that for free, just because you're part of the National Association of Realtors. Realtor.com, also get it for free, but make sure you have your branding there too. A lot of information here, right? I mean, information alone never helped anyone. So I mean, who's actually going to take action on this and do something about it? All right, let's go. Here's a quick tip for you. Copy your reviews from anywhere and paste them into Realtor.com in the recommendation section. You don't need your customers to do it. You can go get them. You got them texted to you. You got them emailed to you. Copy them over and you'll build reputation on Realtor.com. Super easy to do. You just go here, add recommendation. By the way, if you want this slide deck, just stop by. I'll give you the slide deck, no problem. Zillow, make sure you're on Zillow. Make sure your sales data is on Zillow. That's the big kicker. That's like your reputation right there. And you go into the Zillow dashboard, add your sales data, and it shows up. But as far as building reputation quickly, I'm going to leave you with this. Google. Google, Google, Google. Google. You got it? So make the adjustments, get the bow tie, complete the picture, and really make a good first impression. Because they are going to go online, they are going to check you out, and there you are. Standing proud or looking spooky. You choose. So thank you. I really think I thank Exit, Stacey Kenny for inviting me here. They didn't even really know much about me. I'm pretty new to the speaking circuit, but they took an opportunity to bring us here, and I really believe that this is your opportunity to get out there, unify as a brand, build that brand together, go out with the strong Exit colors, with the strong Exit branding. All of you should be doing that, and then start posting a little bit so that Exit is just everywhere. People are waking up in the morning, drinking coffee, seeing Exit, Exit, Exit. That's all going to help you. You got it? You going to take it on? All right, let's do it. Let's rally.